Hi, it's Mariana here today, and I'm going to talk to you about the book I can't recommend highly enough, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Last year I gave birth to my daughter, who is now 4.5 months old, and understandably all my routines and build-up habits just disappeared and my life became a chaos. A few weeks ago I read the book and I was surprised how easy it was to actually go back into my habits with the help of the book. James Clear talks about how winners and losers have the same goals, so it's not the goals that determine whether we are going to be successful or not, it's the systems we have and the daily habits that we do. There's a lot of gold in that book, but I'm going to mention 3 things that I believe really made a difference for me. The first thing is change your environment. Let's take an example of a person who wants to eat healthy. If they live in a home that is full of sweets, it doesn't really matter how determined they are. At some point, they are going to eat that cookie. So it's all about thinking, what do I want to achieve? And how can I set up the environment so that it helps me to achieve it? So for example, I found out that if I do my daily Stoic reading and daily Stoic journaling in the morning, it helps me to be way more productive. So what I now do is, when I'm done working here for the day, I take my daily Stoic book and daily Stoic journal and put it right here in the middle of my desk, so that the next day when I come here, I see it and I can, even before turning on the computer, first thing I do is I take the 10 to 15 minutes and I read the page from the daily Stoic and I do the journaling there. I also try to keep my desk clean and have my camera out, so it reminds me that I need to work on my YouTube channel. Another goal of mine for this year is to read more. So I have my e-reader. So what I now do is I take it with me everywhere I go. So it kind of became my second phone. So I take my phone and my e-reader with me, and then if I have a few moments, I can easily turn it on and read. And it has worked really well so far. It's end of January and I read 3 books. The second thing I took from the book is changing my bad habits. So I identified 2 habits that I would rather not have. One is watching too many series, and another one is spending too much time on my phone while doing things that don't really add value. The first one, watching too many series, that's a bit tricky one because it's something that I do together with my husband, and he really likes to watch series before going to bed. So what I tried is, I first suggested that we will not watch it on laptop but on a projector, which takes some time to set up, and it creates a barrier in between watching, but it hasn't really worked out. We still watched. So then I was thinking, like, okay, this is actually something that I do basically on daily basis. Is there something else that I would like to do on daily basis that I could do while watching a series? So I realized I really want to stretch every day, and I'm not able to create this habit of doing it really daily. So I paired those 2 together. So now if I want to watch TV series, I can watch it, but I have to stretch. With the second bad habit, which is spending too much time on my phone, I realized that I do that either when I'm breastfeeding or when I'm waiting for something. Both are things that I can't really eliminate, so I decided to replace the mindless scrolling with something that would be useful. I already mentioned that I have my e-reader wherever I go or wherever my phone is, so it's easy for me to actually grab the e-reader. But if I really don't feel like reading and I really want to be on my phone, what I did was I used my phone to learn Russian. I used the app called Drops, which I really recommend. And what I did was, on my home screen, I just don't have any Facebook, Instagram, nothing. I just have the app Drops. So when I turn the screen on my phone, the first thing I see and I really try to do is to tap on the app Drops, so that I will use the time to learn a language. The third thing that I took from the book is master the entry point. So when thinking about implementing a new habit, like running for instance, it's not the running we need to focus on, it's about putting on your running shoes and getting out of your house. Once you do that, it's very likely you're actually going to run. I realized that my entry point to a productive day is coming to the office first thing in the morning. If I do that, I'm going to have a great day. If I stay in the kitchen, go to the living room, outside, do something completely different, it's just not going to be as good. So what I now focus on is, once I put my daughter in bed for her first nap, I come here to the office, I do my daily stoic, then I turn on the computer and I look at my calendar. That's usually enough to get me going. If not, approximately after 15 minutes, I just go to the kitchen, I make coffee, bring it back here, and I drink it. If once I finish the coffee, I'm still distracted and I'm doing some unproductive things, then I just call it a day. 9 out of 10 times, I don't need to worry about it. I just am having a great productive day. And if not, hey, we all have bad days. I just call it a day and I just do something completely different and I don't feel guilty about it. But knowing in the morning that the only thing I need to do is come here, do daily stoic, turn on the computer, look at the calendar and then drink coffee, and that's it. And if it's not working for me, if I still feel lazy or something, I just can go and do whatever I want. That's a really good feeling, because all those things that I need to do are enjoyable and are really small and really easy to do. So I do them. And as I said, 9 out of 10 times that really leads to a productive day. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, in the book there are so many great things. But those 3 things: change my environment, adapting or changing a bit my bad habits, and mastering the entry point, those were the 3 things that really changed my life and put me into the right direction. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!